In March of this year, we caught a female. She had one cub, and we left, and she went back out on the sea ice. And then we came back in the fall to check up on various bears again. And when we ran into this female a second time, she had a second cub. And when we catch the bears, we put little tags in their ears so we can identify them over the long term and track individuals through their life. And when we landed the helicopter and approached this family group, one of the cubs had tags and one of them didn't. So we started scratching our heads because that was obviously a cue that this bear was new to this family group. Cub adoption is fairly rare in polar bears. It's been documented in other places like Norway and the Canadian high Arctic, and in particular in the Western Hudson Bay polar bear population that occupies the area around Churchill. This is the 13th case of cub adoption we've documented over a 45-year study. So it's 1% of all litters have any indication of cub adoption. So we don't know anything about the adopted cub's mother yet, but we are running genetic samples. So just kind of like CSI on TV, we can match individual genotypes and look at paternity and maternity. And so we can take this cub's genotype and then we'll balance it against the pedigree we have that has over 4,600 individual bears that we've sampled over 45 years. And we can see if its mom is still alive and in the study population. In some of the previous cases of cub adoption, this has been the case. So mom was still alive, known to be alive, and somehow the family groups get separated, and then another mother takes these lone cubs on and care for them in the long term. Polar bear mothers are pretty amazing. They're pretty fierce. I mean, they'll defend their cubs at all costs. And cub adoption and offspring adoption in general in mammals has been documented in 60 different species. And so it really looks like, female mammals and particularly female polar bears are just maternally primed to take care of their young, and that, they really can't help themselves. If there's a lone cub that's bawling on the tundra, they just, can't help themselves, and they take them on. And we do know from our long-term research that many of these cubs do survive. So it's not just kind of a chance encounter and the cub just kind of follows her around for, a month or two. It really looks like they do take care of them and help increase their chances of survival.